Hey guys, it's me, Poppy Rain here, and today I wanted to talk about a new series that we're going to be starting on this channel. You guys probably know this, but I'm a poetry writer, and I hope to one day have my poems published. So I'm hoping to, so I am going to be starting a poetry reading section on this channel. We'll have all sorts of different poems. I'll have to find my favorite poem ever. I have a book somewhere, I believe I still have the book, that has the poem in it. It's Annabelle Lee by Edgar Allan Poe. And fun fact, Edgar Allan Poe is not my favorite poet. I have a couple favorite poets. Well, one that I just recently got that I'm hoping I'll like. Another poet that I really like. I have two of his books. And I have my favorite poetry book by my favorite poet. Another one of his books. So, we'll start off with reading this, which is a collection of my poetry that I've done. My poems started when I was in 5th grade and go up to, I don't think I wrote any poems this year yet. I think my last one, actually no, I might have written one a day or two ago. There is, I just finished rewriting these into this book because my other book was falling apart. I have them all numbered. Hold on, I'll tell you how many poems there are. I just finished writing, the last one today. There is 64 poems in here that I've written. And if you guys would like, I can tell you a little bit about each poem. Most of my poems are about exes. Some of them are just like random. We will be reading poems from a guy named Tyler Not Gregson. I actually found this book at Five Below, and I loved it so much that I actually asked my dad for another one of his books for Christmas. So I think I read a couple poems, or maybe it was the other one I read. Tyler Not Gregson. So we'll read. So the first one, this is really all over the place. Sorry, guys. First one is Wild Into the Dark, Typewriter Poems, and The Rattlings of a Curious Mind. This other book that I have by him that I got for Christmas is Miracle and the Mundane, Poems, Props, and Inspiration to Unlock Your Creative and Unfiltered Joy. I'm hoping to get more of his poetry books. I had asked for more, but I didn't end up getting them because I got another poetry book that I'll show you. And, another thing too, if you guys are into like poetry, if you guys have never heard of Ellen Hopkins, she writes about real world problems. And she writes it in like a poetry style. I've read so many of her books. I read Monster. There's a series, it's called Monster, Crank, Glass. I think there's another one in that series. I've read all those. I can't remember if I read Fallout. I read Burned and Smoked. Those two go together. Monster, Crank, and Glass are all about this girl. She meets up with the monster, aka drugs. And it's like it goes in to talk about like her and like her kids and her whole life. Burned is about a Mormon family. And when they did I don't even remember, the atomic bomb or something. I don't remember fully what it's about. I read part of Impulse. I don't think I finished reading it. Impulse is about people in a rehab facility, I guess. That's what that one was about. Or was that... Yeah. I think I might have read Identical. I don't remember. To be quite frankly honest. Perfect was really good. I read that. That was about like a family about, like, these teens and, like, their lives and stuff. Tilt, I did not read yet. Tricks. Oh, I read Tricks and I read Traffic. Those are about, obviously, turning tricks, and then the Traffic is the second one to that. I did not read Humble. I have not read You've Never Known. I don't even know that it existed. I just started reading this one. This is People Kill People. This is about gun violence. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. It's kind of a slow read so far. It's not one of my favorites of hers. But maybe it'll get better. I don't know. Then, for Christmas, I also got this new poet to try. I read a couple of her poems. It seemed a lot like Tyler Knott Gregson, the way his poems are set up. So I got this. It's called Rhythms and Roads by Victoria Erickson. So we'll be reading that. My favorite poet of all times, who did not write my favorite poem, is a children's poet. His name's Shel Silverstein. I have 2 of his books. This one, you can't really tell. I bought this one, where did I buy this? I think I bought it at a thrift store. It's called, this is Falling Up by Shel Silverstein. We'll be reading that. And this one I bought, because my mom had bought me a couple gifts from TJ Maxx one year for Christmas. She was all excited about these gifts. I died when I saw them. She had bought me a journal that I didn't need because I already had like 5,000 journals. And I use journals for poetry writing now, not for actual journals. And she bought me this pig that you put in the microwave and it's like a heating pad. I don't know if you guys have ever seen like the ones that are filled with corn. But it was kind of like that. And I died when I saw it because I'm like, she said, what, you don't like it? And I'm like, Mom, you bought me the same one. I think it must have been like 4 or 5 years before, like years ago. I'm like, you bought me the exact same one from the exact same place. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, I saw them and you told me to pick one out. And I didn't even like pigs, but I thought the pig was adorable. She's like, oh, she's like, I thought it would be really good for your period. Because fun fact, I have yet to get tested, but I might possibly have endometriosis, so I have really bad periods. Fun fact that was not relevant to this. But anyways, so I was like, yeah. I'm like, I already have this. So I ended up returning the items and was looking through the book section, because they have a children's book section, and found this one, Where the Sidewalk Ends. Whoops, sorry, not frame. Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. Here's his picture on the back. He's kind of a handsome looking dude. Kind of different looking. So, yeah, I haven't quite decided. I think it might be easier for you guys if I stick with, like, one poet at a time. And like I said with mine, I can tell you, if you guys are interested, all about, like, how I wrote the poem, or why I wrote the poem, or what the poem's about, type of thing. As I said, most of them are about exes. Some of them are just random, about different things. Like in college, I took a English class, and I had to take 2 or 3 English classes. I can't remember. I think 3. When I was in college, and the one class I took, 80% of the class had nothing to do with English. It was like random, like, oh, let's hear stories about this girl we had in my class. I think she worked at, I want to say, I can't remember if it was McDonald's or Taco Bell. She used to tell us stories all the time, or like my teacher. At one point, it was a what do you call that? A nutritionist. Because she used to be really fat. Sorry, it's probably not the right word to use, politically correct, but she was bigger. And she brought in pictures to show us and stuff because we didn't believe her. And we, like, spent a class period watching silent films. Charlie Chaplin, if you guys know who Charlie Chaplin is. His silent films and stuff, and it was just really stupid. Like, it was just, like, and we spent a class period talking about how she used to own a bridal shop, and, like, all this stupid stuff that had literally nothing to do with English, other than the research paper we had to write, which I'm terrible at research papers. That was the best grade I've ever gotten on a research paper. It was on if food companies should be made, like, I guess not just food companies, but, like, fast food and stuff, too, and, like, restaurants and stuff should be made to put their nutrition facts and, like, all their ingredients on everything. I did really good on that, but whatever. So, yeah, so, like, I have poems like that. I have poems, when I was in college, I babysat. I have poems I wrote while I was babysitting. All sorts of random poems. So, I'm not sure how I'm exactly going to do this. I don't know. If you guys have any input, let me know if I should upload as I do them, which is how I tend to do my videos. I don't really have a set schedule. I tend to make the videos and then usually upload them that day or, like, the next day, depending on if they needed to be edited or not or whatever. I'm kind of very sporadic. I upload multiple videos in one day. It's not like, oh, I'm going to upload a haul video. I'm going to do a thrift with me today and then in 3 days upload the haul from it. No, it's like I'm doing a thrift with me and then I make the haul. And if I don't get busy or tired or whatever, then it gets uploaded the next day. Or, well, later that same day. So, yeah, I don't really have any kind of set schedule. Just whatever I feel like, whenever I feel like. So I don't know. I haven't decided. But I think it would be easier for you guys. Instead of having to be like, oh, this poem, if you guys want me to do, like, poems by different authors in one video, I can do it that way. But I think, unless you guys feel differently about it, I'm going to do, each video is going to be poems by one specific author. Unless it's, like, a book that has, like, a compilation of different authors. So, like, one video will be poems that I wrote. Next video will be, like, Shel Silverstein poems. Next ones will be Victoria Erickson. The next ones will be Tyler Not Greg. Next one could be Edgar Allan Poe. And just going back and forth like that. So, yeah, I just thought I'd do a little introduction video just to give you guys a little update of what's going on. I'm going to try and do several videos because obviously I don't want the videos too long. Like the Shel Silverstein ones will take a longer time. I mean, because there's more of them, even though there are a lot of shorter poems because they're children's poems. And if you guys want to, like, if there's any poets you guys want to see me read, if you guys want me to read, I can do that. I don't know a ton of poets. Like I said, my main one is Shel Silverstein, and wow. Sorry, guys, I'm having complete brain fart right now. Shel Silverstein and Edgar Allan Poe, because we did a lot of Edgar Allan Poe when I was in high school. We did Cask of Amontillado, we did The Raven, we did Annabelle Lee. I think we did one other one. I think it was The Telltale Heart. I don't remember. But yeah, so I know a lot of his work. So, yeah. So I guess this is where I'll leave you. And I'll catch you when I do the next video. Bye, guys!